Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of your Scottish podcast with myself, Craig. My trusty co-host Arran with me. How are you, Arran?
Very well, thank you. Tired, but very well.
Oh, me too, me too. So, like it was promoted, we should have had Davy Blaze on tonight, but unfortunately, Davy Blaze has had to reschedule. He's touring with PBW, British Wrestling, and the show they were on has overrun. So I think he just said he had to reschedule. So we've had to change tonight. You're still getting your live, so you can still get to see me every 2 weeks. But this time we're going to go with Aaron, and as you can see, we've got a third person, John. John, how are you?
Not too bad at all.
Good, good. So tonight is going to be a little bit different, as I said. So usually on a Thursday, you get Aaron and John going over all things WWE. So tonight we're going to do that instead, because tomorrow John and Aaron will be joined by, I think it's going to be Johnny.
It's Johnny Woody.
Yes, I was trying to see him right. And they're going to be covering WWE, not WWE,
All
AEW
in Texas.
Texas for this weekend, because that's this Saturday.
Yeah.
But we're going to touch on the WWE side. So, because it's not my stuff, I'm now going to throw it over to Aaron. And
Thanks,
he's going to
dude.
take over.
Love you so much, dude.
I
So
know.
much. Well, we'll just start as we normally do, John. He's already did your intro. So Friday night SmackDown, as we know, was pre-taped before. But obviously the show before it started, it opened with a segment in the car park with Jacob Fatu and Soul Support. Now, I thought to myself when the show came on and we get the graphics and everything else, obviously, yes, SmackDown is now 2 hours because they've gone back to 2 hours as well. I was like, it's unusual because I've not seen what opening with a segment like that for a long time. I don't know about yourself. I mean, Craig could comment on that when he comes in, but I'm not sure about yourself. But I thought it was really good because it sets up what happens later on in the show for them, if that makes sense.
It made it feel nostalgic.
Yes.
Because we used to open like Raw and SmackDown when like it was back in days of the limousine with McMahon but yeah, it was a great segment, and like you said, it sets up for what happens later on during SmackDown, which is great.
Do you want to comment at all, or have you not seen it, Craig, at all, or you just want to just chip in where you can?
I'm just going to put in there, I've not seen SmackDown yet.
Okay, mate, that's fine.
The
so,
only thing I've seen that we're
we...
covering this week is Raw.
Right, okay,
So,
that's fine, mate.
I'll chip in when I know results. I know results, but I'm trying to refresh myself by trying to find it online, but it's not finding it. So I'll chip in when I can. But this is more of your stuff. I'm just here to look pretty.
Oh, fair enough. Look pretty. You can't do that, mate. It's too hard.
Harsh.
Too hard. Right. Anyway, so obviously after that we get Cody Rhodes segment going on about winning King of the Ring and stuff. And then obviously he gets interrupted by Randy. Randy comes out and says, "Oh, I was this close, but he got the better up." And then at a turn, then the Scottish Warrior, Mr. Drew McIntyre, also comes back and he says basically about them, "Oh, you're giving it all this, you're better than you're saying you're better." And then Mr. Orton hears the voices in his head and gives Mr. McIntyre an RKO. And if memory serves me correctly, did he not say at the end of the segment, John, what after the RKO and the slithered out the ring and give Cody's moment with the crown and stuff? He says he's got to beat the shit out of Cena, and some form of words like that.
He says he watched to
I'm not gonna lie, but your signals went again.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hear any of that anyway. But I don't know. I might need your help here whilst you're reading or if you've seen photos. But I thought, yeah, you, Craig. Sorry if we can't filter in with John just now. But I thought the crown for Cody's head looked a little bit big, like the King of the Ring crown that he's wearing. I thought it looked a bit big.
Probably at the end of the day, it is WWE.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I thought I did, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, what the heck? I've covered that. Oh, right, and then we get, because obviously we are obviously coming up to Women's Evolution, and the announcement between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, because obviously Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez are now defending the titles because obviously Liv Morgan is out. They decided to put teams together between Raw and SmackDown and put them against each other. And whoever wins out of these, we'll know that because we'll cover that when we get to Raw and stuff. So obviously we had the Secret Service, which is obviously Piper Niven and Alba Fire versus Miss Bliss and Miss Flair. And obviously they won the match. So John, on you go. Take it away, my
Right,
friend.
can I just add that Meechin and B-Fab was in that as well? It was a triple threat tag match.
Yes, it was actually. It was triple threat. Sorry, mate.
I've
Yeah,
got it in front of us. That's how I was reading.
Yeah.
I
Forgot about that. Yeah, but obviously Bliss and Flair won the match and they progressed to the for Women's Evolution, obviously.
I had that tease again where she was looking like she was away to switch.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good match, and then with it as well. Though I don't know because I know Craig, you're just reading just now, but I don't know if you've seen any clips, which I thought was the way how it all ended. I don't know about you, John, but like there was a tap on the head from Alexa or Charlotte, and then there was the hug, and Charlotte just goes to hug, but Charlotte doesn't do it. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that was like that wasn't meant to quite look like it was meant to happen. And then obviously being a tag team, I don't think was meant to happen here. But obviously we've had the stuff that we've seen with the two of them backstage, but we're still getting and. Like what me and John said over the previous weeks, we're still getting the twist where we do think Alexa is eventually going to turn the way that we've seen her before and potentially join. I think she will join the Whites at some point, but I just don't know when. I've just got the feeling just the way her character's going and stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
To be fair as well, like I do like how that they like for putting a team together. Now I know it's Charlotte and Alexa, like people see it as they're guaranteed to win who's because of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to see as well because it's two different people that you would never have thought of with tag team, or you've never seen tag team before, where you've obviously seen the Secret Hervis and you've seen me Chin and B Fab a wee bits here and there tagging before. So it's good that they're adding that in, but at the same time I can understand how people be like, oh, but they're guaranteed because of who they are. Where people would have said they would like to see different, like we would maybe see the Secret Hervis in it or me Chin and B Fab, but it's a toss up one.
I get what you're saying, but I did like looking at it. I was thinking, it's like you, someone unique, someone different, and this is one normally I could call like because the way the programming is going just now in WWE, you can normally tell which way the match could end. This one I thought like you, I thought it was going to be the Secret Service or that we're going to maybe get the win just because what they've all been doing together with obviously Chelsea Green and stuff and. So no, I get it, and it's good to see. It's unique. It's different because obviously people, as you say, Craig, people do think because they're bigger superstars and everything else have been around more, they think they're going to win anyway. But necessarily, as you say, that's not likely to always happen. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know about you because because obviously we're going about we've talked about it why it's because that's next. Now I don't know what you think yourself. Me and John have had it, but what before we go into it, what do you think since they've came back yourself, Craig? Like the way that like I know they came back after Bray's birthday and stuff. What do you think the way they're being utilised just now, and do you see it going differently if that makes sense?
From what I see, it is a bit different, but I think they need to be used a lot more than they're being used. Like having them appear here and there or every other week isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And we need them to appear more often. We need them in matches more often. Like
100%.
I would rather they were in matches than watching the likes of the Motor City Machine Guns and A-Town Down Under going at it every week.
No, yeah, totally. I get that, mate. I totally get exactly what you're saying because obviously that's why I asked before I led into this because I'm going to touch it and then I'll let John.
But
so
before you do touch on it, and it's totally off the topic of SmackDown, I did really love what Bray Wyatt's son did for his birthday.
His
100%,
birthday,
dressing up as his dad's character.
Yeah.
So I did love that.
Yeah,
And I know
no,
it's
mate,
totally
that
off
was like,
topic, but we're talking about the White Six and that. We're talking about Bray Wyatt. I just thought I would fit it in there.
yeah, no, totally, mate. Honestly, I like you. I did see it, and I thought that is absolutely class. So obviously, because what's been going on with the tag team division on SmackDown and how they're all saying, oh, they're not afraid of the Wyatt Six and everything else and that. So they had a tag match, which obviously was Wyatt Six. If I remember rightly, it was Dexter Lumis, and was it Rowan that was the other one? It was,
Well, I think it was all of them because they went up against Montez
oh,
Ford,
they did.
Johnny
They went up against
Gargano,
four
and
people.
Chris
Yeah. So
Sabin and
yeah.
Berto.
Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, because it was Berto, Chris Sabian, Montez Ford, and Johnny Gargano.
Did you not just listen to me saying that?
No, I didn't listen to you saying that, mate.
Usual.
Sorry. Oh, fuck you, dickhead. You love me, really. So obviously, the Wyatt's got the win. But I'll let you two take it away and discuss. Well, you're reading, but take it on, kick it on. Whoever wants it, go for it.
Nah, I'm just reading results just now. I'm not looking into it properly. But like I said, I like what they're doing with the Y6. I need to see them more often. But I'm also enjoying that they're getting the wins as well because a lot
Yeah.
of times when it's like stuff like this, that'll be, we'll let the other team go over. The other team will go over. The other team will go over. Because you're not, this group isn't being used properly. So it's good to see that the Y6 are still getting used in that sense. But I just want them
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, no, totally. I agree, buddy. Totally, 100%.
Yeah, I would like to see them be utilised a little bit more as well. But like Craig said, they're picking up wins. They're getting the wins under their belt. They're not showing that they're just being chucked together and like.
What I loved within it in this match as well was obviously because Dexter Lumis, remember, at one point he was with Johnny and Tommaso Ciampa and stuff.
It was Johnny and Candice LeRae and
Candice
Roxanne.
Lorena, yeah. But I remember he came and he went in a match saying, like, come back to us, we're family. And he just like he flips him over and hits him, and I'm thinking that like to can like that's little Easter eggs for fans, obviously, that followed them when they were in NXT and they were together behind the scenes. To see that continuing into stories now, I think is really, really good as well, if you know what I mean.
Oh, and
Go on.
was it Kalani Jordan? She got engaged to Carmelo Hayes at the weekend as well.
Nice. I wasn't aware of that. There we go.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I've seen that actually.
well, congratulations to they two. I wasn't actually aware of that. So, see, going off topic because we mentioned NXT, it's great. Like nothing like that doesn't usually happen. Oh yeah, every week without fail. Right. Then we go on to Flaxiam versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I was going to say Phoenix. Hell man.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we didn't. There was a couple of segments before that.
I've not got that written down, but anyway, okay.
Right, so before that happened, we had a segment with Tiffany Stratton announcing who she
Picking her
was an
opponent, yeah.
opponent for
Shit, yeah.
Evolution, but she picked Trish Stratus.
Yeah,
Which
shit, fuck, yeah.
I'm going to lead with this one just because I brought it up anyway. I like how she's picked like someone that she's obviously wanted to wrestle for a very long time. It's one of maybe her idols. And it's something different to seeing her wrestle the likes of Nia Jax all over again and everything like that. So I do like that. And I actually can't wait to see that match at the weekend.
It's going to be a good match, mate. Honestly, 100%. I completely forgot. No, this is. I will mention this actually because me and John spoke about it. Obviously, the last time we were on when it was with Raw, and obviously how EO picked her opponents. To me, it's that the fact that I know obviously that we've got this coming up at the weekend, the Women's Evolution. Is that the fact that they didn't have anything creatively for these women? The fact that they've had to pick opponent, like choose their own opponents, which it's great to see them getting to pick someone, and as you say, but I can't remember the last time we've seen something like that, if you know what I mean, within the business in WWE itself, where they've picked their opponent. Yeah, they might, or it might be Adam Pearce, like what happened when when Jay lost the belt, he got added into the thing for the King of the Ring tournaments, if you know what I mean. But I can't remember the last time we've actually seen something like this happen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't really agree with Pierce just inserting Jey Uso into that match. Like, I get why he did it, but it was just, well, you've got nothing for him now. You've took the belt off him.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
mate, he's it doesn't matter. Like we could talk about him when we go to Raw, but I know we're just going off topic as usual. But the thing with it is he's over. He's so
Yeah.
over with the fans, and like to me, I don't. Yes, it was great when he had the run. Right now, because what he's doing in the merch he's selling as well for the company, I don't think he needs to like have the belt. If you know what I mean. I don't know about Craig whilst he's eating his gumballs and what he thinks with Mr. Russo.
Pinballs.
Pinballs. I thought you said they were gumballs. Sorry,
Yeah.
mate.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Pinballs.
You can't really- there we go. Marwan pinballs. Nice. Nice, mate. I like that. That's class.
I'm going to finish this before I insert into my cup.
Yeah. Well, then wait, you could then run with the other segment that I forgot about after that. Because I'm nice that way. There's no need to rush. It's fine, mate.
Right.
Don't worry.
Regarding Jay,
Yes.
I love Jay. He's so
100%.
and I'm loving the character he's doing just now. That's what I'm going to say until we nip to Raw.
Yes.
The next segment was Naomi attacked Jade Cargill backstage with her new Caution Money in the Bank briefcase, which is hideous, by the way.
It's hideous, but then not after that. It was. I do remember quickly glimpsing on this. There was someone behind before that. There wasn't there. There was someone else before that in the backstage segment that they chatted, and whoever it was, I don't know if it was Trish. Actually, I think she bumped into Jade, and you see Trish leaving it and says proceed, and I'm like, wait, what? And then bang, she hits her with a case and says you proceed with caution and the evil laugh. And I'm like, I didn't like when if it was Trish she was speaking to, I was like, oh wait a minute, what? And I'm thinking, did I hear that right? You know what I mean? Because obviously I don't like. I agree with you, Craig. I do not like her new custom made briefcase because it is absolutely hideous.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like her
briefcase.
character.
Oh yeah, mate,
I
I'm
just
loving what
don't
she's
like the
doing with it now.
briefcase.
No, 100%. Right. Anyway, John.
The heel character is great for Naomi.
Mhm.
She really suits her. But like I said in previous weeks, she would be better as Mr. Fatu's manager.
Yeah, I know you said that. Right, then we get onto the match I originally mentioned, which is Flaxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. And obviously, this is the Flaxium's first loss, I believe, since coming up to SmackDown. Because obviously Andrade in that one.
Yeah.
Could be.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, no, great high flyers. And match had high spots and yeah, great winners in the Rey Fenix and Andrade, giving them more momentum to go on to maybe who knows, they might even insert themselves into the tag team championship
I
contendership.
never thought of that actually. Is there any segments before I jump to the next part, Craig, that I've missed? Because I know what's next. I don't want to go to it in case.
I don't know because I don't know what's next.
Okay, well, I've got the next match is Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo.
Sikoa.
Yeah, Solo Sikoa.
Just before you do jump to that, like regarding like Fraxian is a good tag team together. Like I've watched them in NXT. They know what they're doing. They've got that area where they've stepped up into SmackDown, and it's not like they've stepped up too much. But I'm always going to go to I love Rey Fenix. Like I cannot wait for him and Penta to get back tagging together as the Lucha Brothers and Chaos and Chaos like that.
Yeah, I do think that's going to happen. I think like how they've brought them both over and put them on separate brands. I think when the draft happens, they will put them together because great to get to see them do it on their own, but it'll be great to see them, as you say, as the Lucha Brothers together again.
Yeah,
100%. Yep. So Mr. Fatu and Mr. Uso won the match.
Yes.
See, I was paying attention. I was right. Right, Jonathan. Jonathan Woodcock is not Jonathan. John, what do you think of this match, mate? I know.
Yeah, I know. Love the chemistry between Fatu and Jimmy Uso. And great spots, like we keep saying. They're utilising each other and showing what they can do together. And
yeah, go on. Sorry, Jacob's
having his showing that he can like go it on his own, but also go in a tag team is absolutely brilliant for his character and his build.
I'm enjoying how I know, like when he was in the bloodline and everything else, and how he was the character the way he was, and what he was doing for them, and how they flipped that switch, and like when he did the turn and we went from face to heel, and we're actually getting to see him as the natural progression that we know that, and it's, for me, I think the sky's the limit, and it's only going to get better for him.
Absolutely.
Anything else for that show whilst you have, or is that everything, my friend, whilst you've got the stuff in front of you?
That's all.
Because I know I missed a few things. No, so overall, to build towards obviously women's evolution and a few other things that are coming up, I do think it was. It filled the show as well with what the different segments of that in there. Because obviously now with it being back to 2 hours on the show, there's probably not a lot of stuff we won't see now, but we might still see it, if you know what I mean. But I think overall, for what they're doing and how they're building things for what's coming this weekend and building stuff for obviously NXT and that as well, I think everything's going in the right direction.
For the way for the amount of time they had to record as well on Monday after doing Raw,
Yeah.
it was a good show. There was
No, definitely.
a couple of spots that I thought they didn't need to do, but overall, SmackDown was again another great watch.
Right. Okay. Well, that's Friday Night SmackDown. Greg, you can open with Raw. Off you pop, my friend.
Oh, thanks.
Seeing as I'm nice that way, you said you've
Thanks
watched
very
Raw,
much.
so you said you've watched Raw.
So Raw opened up with Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. I forgot his name for a sec. Did you notice? Come into the ring, where Braun Breaker says Seth and Paul have a vision for him that will see him as the next face of WWE for the next 2 decades, and he has a vision of WWE that doesn't have Sami Zayn. So, my thoughts on this was, I thought it was a good promo.
Yeah.
I'm loving Seth's new briefcase, by the way.
Oh yeah, mate. Honestly, wow. It matches them as a faction as well, and it's so good. If you know what I mean.
But I don't know if you would have noticed, but see when Braun Breaker said about him being the face, Seth's face changed.
Yes.
So it was like, I don't know if he's went off topic or if he said that to see what the reaction would be or whatever. So is this leading to him maybe turning on Seth?
Well, I never thought that.
And if Seth wins the title, Braun will go for the title from Seth. Just with him saying him being the face and Seth's face being
I get that.
What the hell are you on about?
See, during this segment, or I may be going, did Heyman not speaking a different language as well? Did he not speak in Spanish?
Yes, I'm sure he did. I can't remember.
And then it's like when you say we're there with Heyman making the reaction, right, or like his reaction, Rollins' reaction, sorry, with that, and like you could see it when he's speaking like this, and he's like. Rollins is looking as much to say, when the hell did he learn to speak Spanish? But like, don't know about you, Craig, but what I loved about this when they were trying to, like, other people were trying to speak, someone else went to, and I think this is when Braun went to, Heyman went to pass the mic to, was it Bronson or Rollins? But then, like, Breaker just grabbed it and did what he said. And I thought, like you, is this going to build to something better and bigger later on? Because to me, and then we say each week, I still cannot believe when he hits that ropes and does that spear, he's running at 23 fucking miles an hour now. I can't fucking do that, dude. Right?
Yeah, but you can't run. That's the good for
What the hell could you? So there's no way you could
I
run
can't
20
run that quick.
miles an hour. But
You're
anyway,
lucky
John,
if I'm running 3 miles per hour.
No, that's very true. Mate, we've got to get training in. We've got to get training in, though.
I know.
So we could talk about that later. But anyway, John, sorry, we've rabbited on. Just on you go for this segment, dude.
Did Heyman not get a new name this week as well?
Pass. Can't remember.
Pass me. I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Instead of calling him the Wise Man or the Advocate, they've called him the Oracle.
Oh,
Oh,
they
yeah,
actually
I
now.
remember that.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
But no, yeah, great segment to open the show. It's built for the main event with Seth,
Mhm.
and then it also built with Braun versus Sammy as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's got feuds in there that are going to go on, and I think I'll still go further on later.
I think what you have touched on as well. I think they have just planted the seed for Braun Breaker to step away from the group, but also have Mr. Oracle step away with him.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's. I never thought of that actually. Because like I've said, it, Seth's great on the mic. Seth's a great worker, and I think he's good on his own. Yes, a faction makes him bigger and better, but I still don't think he needs it. But I'm loving what's going on with them all together, including with Mr. Heyman. Right. So, any segments after that before we go into what I think is next?
Yes, there was a segment with AJ Styles and Dirty Dom. And
Yep.
AJ Styles
wait,
gives Dirty Dom a birthday. I say a birthday cake. It's a get well soon cake.
I get Wilson cake. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
And that was all done backstage in the Judgment Day clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because did Dom not look at the cake and was like, from AJ? Then he looked round and AJ was standing in the corner looking on.
Fair enough. That could build towards. So, yeah, because AJ says he's coming for the Intercontinental title. Actually, that's it. I was just waiting to say because that could build for that. Sorry, yes. Then
That's I think.
I can't remember, mate. Then we got Kairi Sane versus Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I've got it here, but I'm making sure I'm right. Well, because you've got other stuff there, and obviously, great to see Kairi back because obviously what happened when the injury happened to Liv and how she didn't feel responsible or anything because obviously injuries happen as we know and stuff like that. But great to see that, and obviously she won. But it's great to actually also see that the Judgment Day have now accepted Roxanne into the group as well. And I loved watching her in NXT. I absolutely loved, and I know that gimmick's now gone. I'm looking forward to seeing how she fits in with now being the women's tag team partner with Raquel Rodriguez, if you know what I mean. Now I'm sure throughout this match there was um, um, interference from Raquel and stuff, and people try to do stuff, and other stuff happened later on after the match.
Yeah, there was. Yep.
Yeah, it was good to see Kairi Sane getting the win. And then, like you said, after the match, like, stuff happened where like Roxanne Perez and Raquel attacked Kairi Sane, which led to Asuka returning, and it's now being included that they are into the tag match as the Kabuki Warriors. So it's good to see them coming back as a tag team as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing them being back as the tag, as you say, because like just how she came back and did the save and everything else, and then they're now in that match at Women's Evolution. So you've covered what mate. You got there. I was going to go there next, so I didn't need to. That's even better. And then we get Mr. Sami Zayn segment, correct?
Yeah, Scarlett stares him down as he's walking past and that.
I still think there's more to go with. Well, I know, I don't know about you, but we see it every time we talk about Mr. Cross, Karrion Cross. I think he needs utilised more because he is a bigger talent and stuff. But to see even Scarlett's not being used as much, I don't think, if you know what I mean. But what I
With that, they've done this, and this is now like the third or fourth time where even the first time they brought him in, they've done the exact same. He's then went away. He's come back. Done the exact same. He's then went away. He's come back. They've done the exact same. For me, if they're not going to do it by now, they're never going to do it. So he's better off leaving WWE.
Yeah, no, 100%, buddy, because I'm sure both their contracts are up very, very soon within the company as well. I can't remember if it's the end of this month or the start of next, but I know their
Has it not
contracts
already
are.
been said that they are leaving anyway?
Yes, I did hear that as well.
Because to be fair, I'm going to be honest. I thought he had gone and then appeared again.
No, I'm not, mate. I'm not going to lie. I did, but it wasn't until obviously Night of Champions, and the fact that he had a match, and like we've talked about it. Yes, I don't understand why he didn't get the win, but is it because what was going on in the background? Again, I don't know.
Just
No,
before
I don't know about you.
just before you go any further,
Mhm.
we've had a comment on Facebook that I need to answer back to. Cameron, no, you've not missed that segment. That'll be after we've talked about all WWE stuff. But I look for a message from me. I'll be in touch with you regarding a couple of things. As well. On you go.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. Well, yes, okay.
No, you
Right,
don't.
well, quickly get through this so we can get. Yes, I know what you're talking about. We've spoken about it before we came on.
I know.
We're speaking about Pro 2, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So anyone that isn't paying attention, right? We are speaking
We'll
about
go
Pro
on
2,
about it later on. It's fine.
yeah, which we're going to talk about after NXT, which we're near enough there, mate. So we'll get there.
I know.
Right, and then I don't know about you, right? I said it with John last week. El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Right. Where
Right.
are you jumping to with this? Because I've got about 4 different things in front of that.
I've got Ivy Niles segment backstage with the Creed brothers and El Grande Americano. That's why.
Right. Whoa.
Yeah.
You've jumped too far. So we have Karrion across attacks Sami Zayn during Sami Zayn's entrance.
Yeah.
Right.
With the metal.
With the metal pole, which hurts his ribs even
Yes,
more.
right.
Which then he is asked to say, he's told by not Nick Aldip, what's his name?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce,
That's
bud.
it. It's been a long day. Adam
It has,
Pearce,
mate.
he's not having the match, and he refused. He was having the match, which led to Braun Breaker beating him with that spear, which is incredible.
Yeah, he absolutely dominated with that spear.
Oh, he
He
does.
did that.
But
Yeah.
I don't think it also helped. Well, obviously, Sami Zayn with the ribs and the injury and that, he's not going to be able to do much.
No, exactly.
We then have Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria facing off ahead of their women's Intercontinental Triple Threat match at Evolution, where a brawl breaks out. Excuse me, sorry. A brawl breaks out between the three of them, and Lyra stands tall.
Yeah.
That was a really good segment, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone else jumping in before we go to the next part?
No, go for it, mate. You're fine.
Cool. Main event: Jey Uso beats Big Bronson Reed by DQ after Bronson throws a chair at him, and after the match, Bronson continues to attack Jey and lays him out.
Wait, right. You've missed something out here.
I know, but it's not on my notes.
It doesn't matter, mate. You missed out this. Yeah, you're going on.
Yeah, I don't know when that was. That's how it just carried on.
So the thing is, Sammy segment that you happened, right? And then they have the match with Breaker, which we've touched on. See the stuff with Ivy Nile and that? That was before his match.
Oh.
That was backstage. And they went on about him because he's fighting in a match later on.
When was this? When?
Oh yeah, because
Was this when?
Because they mentioned Chad Gable, remember, being injured.
Yeah.
And I don't know, who do you think is now portraying Mr. El Grande Americano? Who do you think it is? Honestly.
I think I know who it is, but Luke Kaiser.
Yeah, that's what I was just making sure that we were all on the same hymn sheet. Fuck's sake, same sim sheet. Jesus Christ.
I'm going back to my pinballs.
Then we
Aaron,
get.
did you see?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know why you went like that with my ear, but anyway, carry on, dude. I don't know why you did that.
Right. So kind of again with the whole
Sorry, I can't actually hear you, dude. I really can't. Right. No, it's okay. Carry on. No, fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Go for it. Yeah, sorry, dude. It's just you're trying to speak and I couldn't hear you.
Basically, they've mucked up with the character again because Brutus was like going on, but Chad Gable's injured. So how is El Grande meant to have a match? And I'm like, what are you actually doing? Then when he gets smacked in the head, he's laughing about it, and I'm like, what is going on?
I think that's what's meant to cover it as being like, because he's meant to be the idiot of the group, is he?
Yeah, it is.
So that's just to bring him in and being the stupid one of the group, and him trying to have a laugh and say something that's not meant to be said and stuff like that.
So then, obviously, after all that, you've covered the Becky promo, but you also, in between all that in the matches, you get the Nikki Bella promo, talking about the women's evolution and how it's thingy, and the fact that she is actually entering the battle royal, women's evolution. I think she's winning it, but yeah. So right, where did you get to? Then we could carry on, dude. Sorry.
Sorry, wait a minute.
No, you're okay. Did you mention
to the El Grande Americano match?
Did you mention the promo before the El Grande Americano match?
No, it's not on my notes either.
Rhea Ripley, because they're facing Women's Evolution, they just did a promo to like what they normally do because there's a pay-per-view coming up. Sorry, a PLE coming up. They do their usual vignettes and hype the match up basically. So that's all they're really doing. Yes, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. And why I think, I don't know about you, but this is why I think as well it is him, because in the ring, how many times did El Grande Americano do Ludwig's pose in the ring?
Oh, yeah. It is. You can tell by the stature of it.
Yeah. I know they had to do something because Chad's injured. I know they had to still, because he's getting use him and stuff. I do think eventually it's going to be, it'll be revealed that it's neither to them and it'll be someone entirely different when the unmasking actually happens, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but then that's when everyone will complain, because if you've noticed that when people are buying El Grande Americano mask off the website,
Gable, yeah,
it's coming back with Chad Gable on it.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean? It's already gave away that way.
Exactly.
Plus, if you look at the height difference between Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser, Ludwig Kaiser is taller, and it's the same stature and height of Ludwig.
So wait a minute, I'm sure Chad Gable's 5'4", and Ludwig's 6'2", I think.
So then
don't quote me, I may be wrong, but I'm sure it's something like that. Did you cover Mr. Gunther's promo?
No.
That was next. Gunther does a promo. No, not Gunther. Goldberg does his promo. Take it away, John, because you're not enamored about this match at all.
Right. Before we go any further, just before we go any further, I'm looking at Cage Match at the same time here.
Oh my God.
So I'm looking at Monday Night Raw. So I've just then clicked on El Grande Americano. And whoever it is has done this has put Ludwig Kaiser dash El Grande Americano. And when you go down to the alter egos, it's got all his alter egos. Axel Dieter Jr., El Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser, Marcel Bartel. So someone's put it up as being Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, right, John. No, carry on, mate. Take this, because you're not looking forward to this match at all.
Absolute snore fest. Like, I mean, why would you even have Goldberg have a match on Saturday night's main event for the title when he can't even perform a move correctly or safely?
I know, but it is a retirement match. I'm the same. It is a retirement match, so it doesn't need a title on it. You could just face like Gunther without the belt being on the line, if you know what I mean. But I think we know what's going to happen there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The car he arrived in was absolutely smart.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But like I say, I'm not asked about this match at all. I just hope it's Gunther chokes him out and that's it, done.
Fair enough.
But if Goldberg does win,
yes, I know what you're about to say.
What we've said before is, well, it's a theoretically speaking, cash-in could happen.
Yeah,
I get that, but I don't see them doing a cash-in on a Saturday night main event pay.
No, I don't either. I don't either, mate.
In my opinion.
No, I don't own it. I said I get it if he does win, it does, but because it's, as you say, it's not a big PLE. It's not a big one and stuff and that. But there's never say never, as the saying goes. And talking of Mr. Money in the Bank, he closes the show against Penta. And Mr. Money in the Bank wins the match.
Yeah. Which was always going to happen.
It was, mate. I don't know, like, Penta's entrance, I'm just loving how, I know it takes forever, but it happens. Everybody's got longer entrances these days now. But it's just how he comes and he does what he does with his hands, and then he goes and thing is with the fans, because obviously, yeah, everybody knows him when he was. I'm getting feedback here.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's coming
Christ.
from John.
WWE, right? AEW, sorry. And I wasn't sure how he was going to be accepted by the fans when he came over. But the fact that the fans are over with him as well, I think is good. But you're right, Craig. It was always going to happen that Rollins, because he's money in the bank and because his lackeys are there as well, there's no way he's not winning that match, if you know what I mean.
And it's like that as well. I was making sure my mic goes on. It's like that as well. Like, I love Penta. Like, I want to see him being used more in a better way. But
Yeah.
going up against Seth Rollins, you always knew Seth was going to win it. But then after the match, you've got LA Knight comes out. And
I mean,
and
that,
that's,
oh, wow. I love that. The fact it's like he comes in, does the attack, and then he goes into the crowd and he does his gesture in the crowd again. The fact that he's so over with the crowd and he got one over on Seth to continue what's going to lead into the Saturday night main event.
Mhm.
So again, overall, I think yes, 3 hour show and the 5th show without Mr. McAfee again. So I forgot to say that at the start.
There has been reports to say that he isn't turning up because he's on a less salary than what he was getting paid before.
I don't think it is, mate. I know there's been reports, but I think it's because obviously he's got his own show. He's doing ESPN. He's been on the road that much. And I think what's going to happen, it's going to reduce down for him because obviously we're having the kid as well. And college game days away to start very soon. So we might see him maybe at just bigger shows now going forward because everything is taken over on his life because what he's doing outside with the WWE, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But great to see Corey Graves again. Great to see, and it's great to see him getting more used again, more if you know what I mean. But
and
again, for
congratulations
me,
to him and Caramella, who are having another kid.
yes, exactly, mate. Yes, that TikTok, mate, that was class, absolutely class. I remember you sent me it, and it's just the reactions to it all is like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that I thought that makes it so wholesome for like a family, just the way that they reacted and like really. And I thought, no, what, yeah, but for me, overall, other than the Goldberg segment and everything else, I thought it was a really, really good show again, and it's built towards for coming up to Saturday night main event
And
Yes.
Evolution.
and Women's Evolution. Right, NXT, John, it's all yours. Because you watch NXT more than probably me and Craig have actually had a
I've
chance.
just not had time to see it, to be fair.
I've got notes, but they may be all over the place.
We opened NXT with Ricky Starks versus the Van
Ricky
Project.
Saints.
Yeah. But I still call him that. But
Yeah, I know, mate. I know.
I can't remember all their names, but the first match was
Because it was a gauntlet match versus the Vanity Project people.
I've got the names here. So the first
Right,
match
go for it.
went
First
up
one.
against Brad Baylor. And
Yeah.
then Ricky Starks beat Ricky Smokes, and then he beat Jackson.
That's the one. Yeah, no, it was a good match, like really good match, and to have Ethan on commentary as well throughout the match was fantastic. Like they're portraying the story of leading to the Great American Bash.
Yes, which I've got most of the cards for that as
And,
well, because that's also on Saturday.
So because Ricky won the gauntlet, he then got on the mic and told Ethan that it was going to be a falls count anywhere match.
Yes. Because I forgot that he got to pick a stipulation for if he won and stuff like that. So then, was it not Sol Ruka and Zaria promo, John?
Yeah, they were backstage. They were talking, and I can't remember the lassie's name, but she turned around and said that she needs to watch her back. Sorika needs to watch her back with Zaria or something like that. But I think this is building to something more.
Mm-hmm. Because they're the tag partners for the Women's Evolution for the tag team, so aren't they? The NXT people. I mean, This is what I love about a show, or whether it be a small show, big show, whatever. To fill, because for building different storylines, they do so many different promos and stuff, and obviously we get Jordana Grace promo, and obviously Blake Monroe is that's obviously her new name. Everybody knows her as Mariah May from when she was in AEW and stuff. So she's going on about saying, "Oh, she'll probably be in the gym lifting weights. She'll probably be doing this or that." She then tells her to get in a car a location, and then she drives off, and later on we pick that up because it shows what happens later on in the show with that. Now, I just think when this happens, there's going to be something else that's going to happen with that tag match when it happens at Great American Bash.
Yeah.
Charlie Dempsey with Ren Sinclair versus T-Von Heights. If Charlie wins, he gets to leave no catch quarter crew.
No, if Tavian wins, you get to leave.
Tavian wins, right? Okay, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I thought this was an incredible match, but I didn't like the way it finished.
Because it ended in a forfeit.
Yeah, Ren Sinclair came in through the towel and Charlie got the win. And
this was like, to me, it was too quick. It ended too quickly while thrown in the towel. You know what I mean?
It was Martha threw in the towel with Brett and Bulldog.
Yeah, as like I get there maybe a lot for time and stuff, but because the way the storyline's going on with them, I think we needed to see more of the things. Craig, you wanted to elaborate on anything, or you just waiting for your Pro 2 stuff?
To be fair,
You
I've not seen it, so I can't comment on anything.
You can't comment on one thing.
What can I comment on?
I believe he's coming next.
I believe in Joe Henry. Sorry.
So there we go. We do believe in Joe Hendry because him and Santana were next versus High Rise with Wesley and Mr. Hendry. Yeah.
Before that, we got a backstage segment where Javon Evans got attacked by Jackson Riker. Not Jackson Riker. I can't remember his name. Troy. Jackson.
No, that's after Keelan Jordan's match, mate. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. But yes, I know. Yeah, that he got attacked in the trainer's room and stuff. Yeah, that's okay. Mate, it's all good. It's fine. So yes, they have their match, and Joe and Mike win, and I think there's going to be more leading into that because what's further down the line with Slammiversary and stuff. Then obviously because I'm going to try and not butcher these names, so I'm just going to say various Japanese and talent wished Ushimura, oh God, see, told you, Yoko Anamuru well in his upcoming Great American Bash match against Obafemi. See, I know you're laughing there because I knew I was going to do what you do, Craig. Butcher names.
I'm also laughing at Tony's comment because she's like, Craig, you look so happy.
Yeah, because I'm butchering something instead of him butchering it. So
no, it was actually before you started this, to be fair.
All right.
But it's him being really happy because you butchered names and it's usually me.
Yeah, mate, because you can't. The thing is, you've not had a chance. You just want NXT us to stop chatting and get on with Pro 2.
No, because we've still got to chat about Evolution and Saturday Night.
Evolution and Saturday Night Main Event.
It's just for predictions for them, so I'll be quick.
Yeah. So Dark Side promo. I don't know what happened in the promo. I just know there was a promo. John, can you help with that?
I've got cramp. Sick.
No, you're okay, mate.
Well, to be honest, at this point, I actually went off to make a coffee.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Because, you see them their promos are the same every week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we want you to develop and be a bit more unpredictable.
Yeah, I know, I get what you're saying. I totally do. But you know what? See, because what we've covered so far, and obviously the others, I think so far, because we're building towards obviously the Great American Bash, which is on Saturday, we're building towards Women's Evolution as well. And that's why we've got all the different promos that we've had, the ones with like obviously Sol Ruka, Zaria, Jordana Grace, and obviously Blake Monroe, and then what happened with Jasper Troy and stuff. That's leading to what's going to come at Great American Bash, because I've got the matches for that. Again, loving Joe Hendry. I'm just filling time till Mr. Man comes back. You know. But then, obviously, he could come back in because if he likes. We then get Obafemi and say his name, Yoshi. We get
Yoshi
them
Inamura.
in Amuru. We do get them doing a segment to hype up their match, like that they're having at Great American Bash. We get them hyping up about the NXT Championship match. So for me, I think when that comes around on Saturday evening, I think that's going to be a very, very good match.
I think because the Great American Bash is the same night as All Out, or
All the same All In and Saturday Night Main Event. We have three things. Obviously, different times. Excuse me, sorry, because obviously I know All In Texas is 9 p.m. UK time. Saturday Night Main Event, I think.
it's
I
1
can't
o'clock
remember
on
off the top of my head.
1 o'clock on YouTube on the UK. I
1
think.
o'clock on
Or either,
YouTube. So American Bash is either in between all that.
I think I'm sure it said on Netflix it is 1 a.m. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just go and check. I've got the Netflix app on
No
my
worries,
phone.
man. Whilst you're checking that, we get Miss Grace arrives at the location that Blake Monroe sent her. She gets out the car and she doesn't agree with what she's walked up to. And she says she could easily lift this car by her bare hands and stuff. So I was thinking, well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Sorry, mate, I just carried on because I thought, you
No,
know,
it's like, I'm struggling with really bad cramp right now, so
that's fine, mate. I
That's
thought,
fine.
whilst John was looking at stuff, I thought I'd just carry on with the rest of it. Then Lana Reid, what a talent. I know she was in LFG and Evolve, and it's good to see her actually being utilised on the main roster. Yes, she doesn't look out of place, but it's great to see I'm working along like guys that have been in the business at NXT for a while. Obviously, Kiana Jordan won that match. Thought it was a very good match. Huh?
It
Can't
does
hear him.
say.
There you go.
What would debating?
We can't remember what time Great American Bash is on Saturday. Because the thing on like YouTube, like Saturday night is YouTube is 1 a.m. All In is, I think I've probably put the wrong time for All In. 9 p.m.
All In is an 8 p.m. show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Great American Bash is the same time as All In, 8 p.m.
Right. Okay.
But on the Saturday, because All In's on. No, it'll be on the Saturday show. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 on the Saturday, mate, because Evolution's the next night. We've already covered Jasper Troy being attacked in the trainer's room. Then, oh, fucking hell, man. Excuse me. Sorry. Then we get Hank and Tank. Was this for the belts, John, versus the Cullen? Was this for the tag team championships? Thank you, Craig. Obviously, they kept the belts, and they're still the NXT tag team champions. I do love what they guys are doing, and I'm hoping that they're going to rise higher. And I'm getting sick to the back bloody teeth of them. Chase University vignettes. I thought it was done. It's getting boring now.
Yeah.
So, and then that was that. And then we run down the card because obviously they showed the graphics for Great American Bash, what's happening. So we've got, as John's already alluded to, Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints. Oh, excuse me. And a Falls Count Anywhere match for the NXT North American Championship. Then obviously we're having, because of the attack, we've got Jasper Troy versus Javon Evans. Then we have Trek Williams, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana TNA Slammiversary contract signing. Now, when that happens at the Bash, I think there's going to be something. Someone is going through a table because it normally happens at a contract signing, John. It normally does.
Yes. What they should have done was they should have had they should have put they should have made it like Henry's contract ended at this point, and they should have had him do a TNA contract, an NXT contract, and then I'll sign one, and then he puts the opponent through the table and says, "I'm definitely coming for your title," and then ended it.
No, mate. That is a good shout. And then obviously we have Sol Ruka with Zaria versus Izzy Dame with the Cullen for the women's NXT North American Championship. And we then also have Jordana Grace and Blake Monroe versus a Fatal Influence. And in this match, I think there's going to be a turn in that match. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then the final one is Obafemi versus Yushi Anamuri for the NXT Championship. That match, I think, mate, alone on the card is going to actually thingy it, if you know what I mean. And to give me 2 seconds because Mr. Manny's gone. I need to figure my brains out because I have none left at the moment, but that's fine. So we can run down the card whilst Mr. Man comes back. We will do Women's Evolution for time. Hello.
Hello.
Right,
Wait,
so
Matt, I've got the card.
mate, I've got it too because I was waiting on you. So
Right.
You could go with the card. Go for it. Off you pop, and you
yeah,
could go
no
for your
bother.
predictions first.
Oh, thanks very much. Right, first match, JC Jane versus Jordana Grace. Or Jordan Grace. I always call her Jordana.
Jordana Grace, you're
Um,
right, mate.
This is a hard one. I really want Jordana Grace to win, but I do think it'll be JC Jane just because I think the way they're trying to build her up.
Yes, but the reason why I'm thinking it might be Jordana Grace instead is because what's coming at Slammiversary.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yes, obviously, she has been a TNA Knockout champion, no disrespect, and I'm loving what JC Jane's doing. But if JC wins this match, she goes up against the TNA Knockouts champion at Slammiversary and vice versa, Jordana Grace. And that's the only reason I'm thinking. Not saying that JC wouldn't be able to go up against, I can't remember who the TNA women's champion is at the moment, dude. I really can't. But it would be weird, but I think it would make sense if it was Jordana. But it might not be. That's the only reason I'm saying. But again, it's hard to call this one, but 100%.
No, and I
Right,
get
John.
that, and it would make sense.
Right,
Yeah,
John,
I'm
yourself.
I want to say Jordan Grace because they've already alluded that JCJ is a transition champion.
Fair enough. Fair
They
enough.
said, I'm sure, because I listened to the Raw recap and they were talking about like NXT's champions, and they even said that she doesn't fit the NXT Women's World Title picture. So I think Jordan's going to win. But if JC does retain, that's going to be something else.
Mm-hmm. The women's NXT champion is Masha Slamovich.
Master Slamovich, thank you, mate. You mean TNA?
Same thing. The next,
For a change, you just butchered something.
I know. The next match is the women's tag team titles, and it's the Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Sol Ruka and Zaria versus the Kabuki Warriors. I've got a feel Judgment Day will retain.
I do too, mate. I do because they've
Go
only
on, John. Go and be different.
they've only just put them together.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I can see them doing have the Kabuki Warriors win on Sunday, and then have it say the Judgment Day come out and say that there's been a bit of a screwy finish there, getting a rematch and then winning it back
On the Monday night on Raw.
Like they did the last time.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Okay.
Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm going with Jade. I can't go past Jade at all.
Yeah, Jade's winning.
Yeah.
100%.
But there's going to be something else happening later on. But I'll leave it.
Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I've got a feeling Io will retain, but I would like to see Rhea Ripley get the title back.
I'd like to.
I'll go the opposite. I'll go Rhea right there.
Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus.
Right. I have a theory.
Oh God.
No, there is
God.
going to be a cash. She's going to cash in. Right. But then make it a triple threat match. She's going to fail to cash in, and Tiffy will retain. There we go.
And then we get then that follows on to SmackDown.
I'm going with Tiffany retaining. John, I didn't hear if you said who you were picking. To be fair,
I'm gonna go Tiffany. A Tiffany retain as well, actually.
enough. Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. I've got a feeling Becky will win it, keep the title. Because what is it, like her first or second defense of the title or something?
Second defense and as a heel. And it's a triple threat, remember. So anything can happen outside of interference from various different folk.
Remember, it's no DQ because it's triple threat rules as well. I think, but I honestly think Becky's going to. Not Becky, Bayley. I think Bayley's going to win.
I think that Irish last kicker is keeping the belt.
Fair enough. And the last one is the Women's Battle Royal, which I have.
Nikki Bella, mate.
Nah, I think we're going to get a surprise win from Jazz.
Fair
enough.
I think I've heard rumblings that her and Alundra Blaze or Medusa is meant to be making an appearance.
Fair enough. Right, carry on, my friend.
I have nobody that I can think of. Maybe Stephanie Valkyria. I would love to not see Nia Jax win this again.
No, same. I don't want her to, mate, but it is what it is.
I can't 6 years since the first Evolution.
So we'll go on to local shows that are having shows soon. So we'll do it in order of shows, so it's easier as well. So next Friday we have Saltaire's debut show.
Yes.
The Great Kingdom Bash. So we'll just quickly go through
what's been announced so far,
and who we think will win the match.
Yep.
So the first match that was announced is Xander Davison taking on Martin Kirby. I think for me, I've got a feeling it'll be Xander Davison that wins this. Still, as they say in the business, still green. He's only been in the business like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And the way he's progression, I can see him winning that.
100%. Xander all the way, my friend. Because remember, he's the king of the gauntlet too.
Yeah, but we've also got to boo him when we see him.
Yes, I know. He's a baddie, but that's fine.
John,
Does he still have that thing he wears?
Yeah, the king of the gauntlet. That's what Adam's just saying.
Aye.
Are you going with Xander as well? Because I never heard you.
Yeah, aye.
Fair enough. The next match is the Dead Cell. It's just Dead Cell versus the Par. Dead Cell retaining for me.
Yes. First title defense is it not for them?
Yeah.
So I don't see them. Man, I don't see them because it's their first title defense. I don't see them losing to the Par. I'm just happy we're getting to see the Par again because I enjoyed seeing them the last time.
Wasn't one of them at the weekend there?
Eh?
Wasn't one of them not in a singles match at the weekend just passed? At SWE?
Yeah. Yes, Jay. Yes. Was he not? Is he? Yes.
Luke was. Robbie Hunter.
Right.
The boss, Ross Hunter, sorry, not Robbie, Ross.
Yeah.
Ross Hunter was in a singles match. He went up against Tommy Cartel.
Tommy Cartel, yeah. For the belt.
The next match we've got is Jimmy Pierce versus Kid Fight.
Ooh.
Jimmy Pierce.
I'm going to stick with my boy Kid Fight.
That's a tough one, but fuck it, Jimmy. It's tough because I do think Kid's going to wipe the floor with him though. Sorry, Jimmy.
Angel Hayes versus Casey for the Women's Championship match.
Angel.
Angel.
Casey.
I've got, like, as much as I would like to see Casey keep the belt, it's time for Angel to get that belt, and it's time for Casey to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely agree, buddy. 100%.
It was then announced that by Mark Monroe himself that he is injured, so he will now manage the team instead of being in this match. He should have been tagging with Kate Calloway, but in his replacement, who I've not seen for a long time, I'm looking forward to seeing, and I've never seen this man as a heel, is... I can't even remember the first part of his name now.
Tommy Lockhart.
Tommy Lockhart, thank you. I knew it was
There you go, John. There you go.
It's Tommy Lockhart, and they're going up against Piper Reynolds and her tag partner to be announced.
Yeah.
I wish I was coming to the show because I really wanted to see that match.
I'm going to go with Piper and her tag partner because Mark got the win the last time, Kate got the win the last time, so it's time for Piper to get that one.
Rules to be reversed, shall we say?
Yes. I just don't know who's going to be a tag partner yet. I have a feeling, but I don't think that's going to happen.
What's your feeling? Let's put it out there of what we're
He's already in a match.
Who?
He's already in a match.
You're going Nathan?
Yeah.
I can't see Nathan doing 2 matches.
I can't either, mate. I can't either. I really can't. I can see it happening in the future, them tagging together.
It could be anyone, because it could be like a PBW person, it could be a PWR person.
Yeah.
We just never know.
Well, do you know who I think it might be?
Who?
Go on.
Sam Taylor.
Maybe. It depends if he's busy at that time. Because I know he's away with Mega Slam a lot, so it'll all depend with that as well. But I generally couldn't say who.
I don't have a clue, mate. I'm looking forward to being surprised and seeing who it is going to be.
We might find out before it, because we might get a promo. Like, I don't know. That's like, we might find out, we might not, so it's hard to say. There was then the cryptic video from Mercer.
Yes.
So we're obviously having Mercer's obviously got his title online. Brian confirmed that all titles will be online at this show. So we don't know even who Mercer's going up against.
Yeah.
And then a match that was announced 4 hours ago. That I'm looking forward to seeing. But it's going to be a hard one for one of them. So we've got Danny Clark versus Hunter Sampson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Hunter Sampson.
Hunter, mate. Hunter, that's going to be hard for Danny Clark. 100%. 100%, because Hunter is bloody hell. Mate, I look up on it and I'm fucking scared looking, like he's taller me, and I look up and thinking, what the hell?
Yep.
And I'm not a wrestler, you know what I mean?
I know.
The first time I saw him was Monster Bash.
Mm.
And I was like, who the hell is this ham hock?
Yeah, I know, but as soon as he came out, I knew who it was. It's just you're just surprised to see him.
Oh, no, definitely, bud, 100%.
So, John, you've not said Hunter Sampson or Danny Clark?
I'm going to have to say Hunter. Because there's no way. There's no way there's...
Yeah, no.
That's all the matches so far for Saltire. Whether there's more to be announced or not, I don't know.
Right.
We are now going on to Pro 2.
Yeah, I don't have anything, so you just have to
run it all in front of me. Pro 2 have a show next Saturday, the 19th of July. So the card that's been announced is a start card, might I add. The first match I've got here is Danny Clark with Suave Gav versus Ahmed Hamdi. I'm going to go Danny Clark.
Right.
I'm going to go Ahmed.
Danny, mate. No, I think so.
Fair enough. Silas the Virus versus Soldato. And I'm going to let you pick first.
Soldato, mate.
John?
I think.
Soldado.
I'm going to go Silas the Virus. We have the Pro 2. Is it the the one Davy Blaze has?
The Davey Blaze's title.
Is that
Davy
then or not?
Blaze, the Inter promotional one or whatever it is.
Emotional, aye.
Because he's not just recently won that, actually.
No, he's had it for a while because he's defended it twice.
All right,
Twice
okay,
in
fair enough.
person.
I'll shut up. Sorry.
Davy Blaze versus Logan Smith. John, who you picking?
I know who he's picking straight away, mate.
Davey. Gotta go with Davey.
Aaron?
I'd like to see Logan with it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Logan. I think it's
I
time
like
for
it, mate.
Davey
I
to
think
drop
it'll
it.
be good for him, for him as well. I know we see Logan when we can and stuff, but just what he does, mate. I think him getting that would make him even better of a rise for this top.
No, I get that. I think it's time for Logan to get it, and I think it's time for Davey to drop it.
Yep.
We've got a no holds barred match, and it's Frank Gallo versus Frank Cross 3. I'm going to go Frank Gallo. He's new to the business. He's rising really well. I'm going to go Frank Gallo. Aaron?
I'm going to go Cross. Just something different because not seen him in Pro 2, so it'd be nice to see how he goes, if that makes sense.
Nice to see you. To see you, nice.
Nice. Right, Johnny boy?
I'm gonna go Cross the third.
Cross the third.
Cross the
Enough.
third.
The Pro 2 Heavyweight Championship. Hunter Sampson versus TJ Rage.
Oh, mate, that's a fucking hard one.
Aaron, I'm picking you
That's
for
it.
first.
That is a hard one. TJ, fuck it, TJ.
John?
TJ.
Hunter.
Fair enough.
His rise in the business is incredible. That's not just his height though. His rise where he has impressed, he's excelled really well. So I think Hunter will keep the title.
Fair enough.
The women's championship for Pro 2. We see the champion Angel Hayes defending it against Kate Calloway.
I'll go Kate Calloway, mate.
Kate Calloway.
See, I'm going to go Kate Calloway because her rise in the business with being new as well is unbelievable. Plus, she is the PWR champion and she
Yep.
has a win over Angel Hayes in that.
Angel's going to kill us. You know that, mate.
I know. I know. We've got a singles match. I'm going to butcher this first name.
Go on.
Arian Taylor. It's a woman that I can't think of how he's the first name.
Yeah, no worries.
She's going up against Hera. John.
Well, we're going to be seeing her at another show soon,
Uh-huh.
so I'm going to go with Hera because I've never seen her before in my life, but I'm looking forward to seeing her. But and because of the name as well.
Fair enough. Aaron.
I'll go for the person's name, can't say.
Yeah.
I like her, mate, because we have seen her before.
Uh-huh.
Right, but I just think this other person might. Who's got the belt? Sorry.
That's not a
Is
belt.
it for... Right, no, I just think it'll be a good match to see different aspects of both, if that makes sense. I can't think now.
For me. I would like to see Arian Taylor win because she's new to the business, she's progressing. But the strength of Hera,
Yeah.
I've got a feeling I'll overpower that, so I'm going to have to go Hera.
No, that's fine, man.
And the last one is the king of the Bing over the top rope battle royal.
So, do we know who's in this
No.
or? Oh, feck. So anybody can be in it then, I take
I'm
it.
guessing.
So well, fuck it, I'll go Hunter Sampson. Fuck it. I know he's already in the match, but I'll go Hunter Sampson. There we go.
I'm going to go Danny Clark.
I'm going to go Davy Blaze.
Okay, fair enough.
Just thought we'd go different. Then, 2 weeks on Saturday, me and John have another show. We have Bleeding Gums. Unfortunately, Aaron's not making that because it's a Saturday and Aaron will be at work.
Yeah, unfortunately, mate.
just quickly run through the card for this one as well. The first match I've filmed here is UNG Maki, Hera, and Patrick Paterski versus LND and Ken Douglas. Oh yeah, Tony's also going to Bleeding Gums.
Who's the Goblin, man?
I'm going to go LND and Ken Douglas.
Aye, yeah, I think you're right.
Aaron?
I'm going the Green Goblin, man. UG Maki.
UNG, Hera, and Patrick Paterski.
Yes, mate.
We have a tag match. It is British Top Team versus Caden and Tomby.
British top team.
British Top Team, can't go past my boy.
No.
We have a first time ever. And it is Franco Fate versus Malcolm Monroe 3 from America.
It was the first time ever.
Yeah, I think it's the first time ever. I'm just double checking that.
That's going to be a barn burner. I think he's from ICW, no holds barred. That Malcolm.
Yeah, yes, because he's coming over earlier than planned. 'Cause he's coming over in September.
I'll go for Malcolm.
Yeah, because he's making his debut. So
Yeah, I'll go for him because it's his debut. There we go.
John.
I'm going to go for Malcolm.
Yeah, let's go Malcolm. I'm going to go Malcolm. I want to see what he's got. I've seen what Franco Fate's got, so let's see what he's got.
Yeah, Franco's got a really good record in Bleeding Gums at the moment.
One match that I'm really, really looking forward to seeing, and I can't wait to see this.
Dick, you need to video it.
It's just a singles match, and it's BT Gunn versus Johnny Storm.
That's going to be a great match. It really is.
Arran.
Fuck off. All right, bugger it. Go for BT. Can not go for my boy.
Okay, John.
Gonna go with my boy BT.
Gonna go Johnny Storm.
Fair enough.
I can't go past Johnny Storm.
BT, right? My first ever time seeing BT was ICW Fear and Loathing in 2016 in the casket match, and that match was an absolute barn burner.
Yeah. Like, BT is good, and I do think it's going to be a cracker match. I just think Johnny Storm's got the experience.
Yeah.
With being in the business for so long, so I've got to go Johnny Storm. Next one is Lost Boy Aspen Deathmatch Invitational Home Run Derby Deathmatch. So it's Lost Boy Aspen.
That's a name and a half.
I know. Lost Boy Aspen versus Bruiser Brad. Bruiser Brad?
Bruiser Brad.
That's it.
Bruiser Brad. I'll go Aspen.
I've got to go Aspen as well because it's his invitational.
Yep.
Because it's invitational, I'm going to go Bruiser Brad.
Fair enough. Another death match, first international, first time ever death match, and it is Reed Bentley from, I want to say Canada. No, he's not USA. You know what? It's Canada. No, USA versus Tim Strange.
Tim.
100%.
No questions.
100%.
I'm going to say Tim because he'll just slag us if I don't know.
Well, you're the one that tells him about a slap and a punch and about eyebrows, dude. Remember that?
I never brought the eyebrows up.
No, he did.
I know. The last match, which I kept...
John's the top shagger, sorry, to Tim.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember that.
The last match that I'm bringing up is a 1 versus 1. And again, I can't wait to see this match. It's just a normal singles match. There's no death match included in this. And it's Brody Turnbull versus Lewis Girvin.
Oh, Lewis Girvin, mate. I think.
Yeah.
See.
I've seen both.
See. He's going the opposite.
I'm torn. I'm torn. Because I've seen both. They both versus each other so much in the ICW as well.
It'd be better if it was a death match, mate.
They won't do death matches, they too.
No, I know they won't.
Tori's Kate said, that's my husband, Tim.
Yeah, I know it is, dude. Well, when he wants to be.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to go Brody just for something different.
Yeah.
But again, I'm looking forward to seeing these two. I think it'll be an incredible. They tear it up like.
Not hopefully.
That show is also the same night as SWE.
Yes, it is.
They give one match.
What? Oh,
Jack
look,
Harrop.
I know. I've just clicked. We also have the BGW title on the line, and it is Jack Harrop versus Alton Thorne in the Shatters Dreams death match.
Jack Harrop.
John,
Jack
Jack
Harrop.
Harrop. He's got to get it.
No
He's got to
questions
get it and
asked.
keep it for a while now.
Bloody hell!
I
Wow.
know. He's got to get it and keep it for a while. But yeah, it's the same night as SWE, so it won't be at SWE. I don't know if Arn will go or what. He's
No, I have to go. Remember, dude.
Sharp.
Nothing.
Oh.
I'm getting through over the wall, mate. There you go.
Hey, you
I'm
wish.
joking. I'm not. I'm not.
Cameron Thompson has also come in and said interesting predictions for Pro 2.
Thank you, Cameron.
Cheers, Cap.
Then the week after that, me and Tony are going through to Respect Pro Wrestling,
So you are, yes.
which my mouse doesn't want to play ball, so I can't quickly go and search it. There's only one match being announced for that so far, and it is Lewis Girvin defending the Respect Pro Wrestling heavyweight title, heavyweight championship against Kez Evans in the main event.
Nice.
The Pro 2 show is the Respect show is August 2nd. At the Lock Winnock Annex. So me and Tony are taking the journey through to that, which I'm really looking forward to. There's guys on the poster. Tommy Lockhart's on the poster. Jack Ripley's on the poster. Obviously, Kez Evans, Lewis Girvin, Robbie Cartel. No, he's not. Robbie Cardwell.
Mate, it's been a long day.
Drew Marshall's on it. Taylor Vite. I'm trying to think of his name because he's been part of. I was seeing him at shows before. He had a title, but I can't remember his name.
Taylor Bryden.
No, it wasn't. It's not Taylor Bryden.
No.
So it's looking to be. It's going to shape up to be a good show, I think. So I'm just on more matches for that being announced. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm probably not going to make the September Bleeding Gum show.
Oh, I admit that. My ticket's booked.
Mate, I need to get that sorted with Mr.
We'll talk about it later, mate.
Okay.
I'm hopefully, because my cousin's the guy that I come with, my cousin's fiance, they stay in Edinburgh. I'm gonna try and make the Edinburgh show.
I don't think I'm making the Edinburgh show. It's a weekend Tony's working and we won't be able to get it swapped. So I won't make Edinburgh, I don't think. But we'll see what happens near the time kind of thing. But it's just seeing what happens. But yeah, that brings us to the end for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. It's short.
Thank you for coming on, Craig.
That's no problem.
It's been great to do it differently.
And we will be back tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock with Johnny. Have we got anything next week?
No. We're back in 2 weeks. But I've not got a guest booked yet.
Right, okay. I'll speak to you what I'm thinking after.
Right, okay.
Do we not have Mr. Thingy after the show?
Yeah, that's the 21st. That's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Right, okay.
21st and the 23rd.
Okay.
We'll have the 21st and the 23rd.
21st and the 23rd. That's fine.
21st will be where usual. Catch up with Brian, go over the show that's happened. 23rd we'll have a guest, but I just don't have a guest booked yet. I need to get that sorted.
No problem.
But yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming and watching, Cameron. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you back on them again. I will shoot you a message very soon, though, regarding a couple of things for about Pro 2. But yeah, Tony, as usual, thank you for coming in the comments. Thank you, Arran, for being my trusty co-host, taking over because it's your podcast at the end for this one. And we will catch you in 2 weeks. Arran and John,
catch you tomorrow evening.